Welcome to Home Gym History. I'm here with Nick Best. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thanks for having me, Rob.
We're at Home Gym Con 2025 at the Bear Steel Equipment booth, and I'm here to talk about some home gym history with Nick.
Uh-oh.
So let's start right there, Nick.
Sure.
So, I mean, if you don't know, viewers, you should know. World's Strongest Man competitor, one of the greatest TV shows I've ever seen in my life, Strongest Man in history.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go on and on about your career, but let's go way back.
Okay.
How'd you start lifting weights in the first place?
Well, I started lifting weights for football, of all things. My sophomore year of high school, and people aren't going to believe this, I was 5'3", and about 130, 140 pounds, but I was a defensive lineman. It was a lot of fun. I wanted to keep playing, and so I got taken into the gym by a guy named Anthony Bach, and the rest is history. He's like, come on, we're going to train. So I started in high school, my sophomore year of high school, and been doing it ever since.
You're a big dude, so I'm just going to hold this for you.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll just hold this.
He's going to hold my mic for me.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you're a big dude, that's the kind of service you get. So, well, from there, you know, fast forward, I've been following you for a while, and you've got a home gym you use. I've seen the T-shirts up and everything. I know your gym.
Yeah.
What was the choice there? Was it convenience? Like, why at home instead of focusing in on a commercial gym?
Well, one, I started getting into Strongman, and I'd also been kicked out of every 24-hour fitness in the country.
Nice.
So there's that. But you get a lot of problems lifting super heavy at commercial gyms. Some can, handle it very well, but most of the ones I was training at couldn't handle it very well. I would get into arguments with management and staff about using chalk and stuff like that. You just get tired of it.
Yeah.
And it just became safer to train at home and have better equipment than what I was able to get at most gyms. So there's a couple gyms I like to go to in Vegas. Dragon's Lair is one of them. Flex
I've seen you there,
amazing. He lets me come in and train when I want to, even though sometimes I might break a little bit of equipment from time to time.
I've seen you doing full weight stacks, for reps.
Yeah, with the pin on it too.
Yeah, exactly.
With the Bear Steel pin. So, but it's fun, and I have a great time doing it. But the home gym is pretty integral in my training. I can squat there, I can deadlift there, I can do block pulls, atlas stones, all my strongman stuff I can do at home. So
And I see you out on the street in front of your home doing lifts. So I got to ask, how long did it take for you to kind of have neighbors that are used to this?
Well, the neighbors weren't really used to it for like the first month. They would come out and watch, and then after that, they just know what it is.
Oh, there he is.
On the certain days of the week, and they just got used to it.
They get used to your programming.
The ones that didn't like it was one, and they sold the house and moved away. So the new ones that moved in after that were fine. So it was great having a cul-de-sac where people didn't really mind too much.
I mean, you're not alone. I get out there and I'm around my neighborhood and rucking, doing different things. So it's people get used to you.
Well, it's kind of neat because training out on that blacktop, getting ready for World's Strongest Man, they always have that black matted surface that everybody burns up on when they're out there trying to compete. So that was an advantage for me because I'm out on the asphalt.
Totally.
And I got used to doing stuff out on the asphalt in the heat. And so I get to Worlds and it didn't really bother me that much.
Nice.
So it was kind of neat, like competitive advantage just by training that way. It gets you used to it. Like guys this year, there were a few guys that were, blacking out and succumbing to the heat while they're in Sacramento. It wasn't even that hot this year, but that black mat, doing stones and stuff on that black mat is just not a lot of fun.
I can imagine that that's the case. Now, I mean, at this point in your career, I bet you there's any number of strongmen coming to you for advice, things of that nature. Let's reach back into your history.
Yeah.
When you were one of the young up-and-comers, can you think back to any veterans that helped you out or anyone that you looked to?
Well, Van Hatfield in Utah was really, and Chad Coy, those two at the beginning of my career were probably two that helped me the most. Van actually gave me some equipment. He gave me my first Atlas stone and my first log.
That's huge.
Which that was really neat.
You need the implements,
Because I won Van's contest without even training for it, really.
Awesome.
Because I had done Chad's contest a month before and missed turning pro by a point.
Wow.
And the two of us beat all the pros.
1 point down.
Because the pro-ams used to have all the pros in with the amateurs. Okay. And if you were the top placing amateur, wherever you were at, you would get your pro card for it.
Yeah.
But the two of us that went first and second, we beat all the pros that were in it. So it was pretty funny. But that's also the day I figured out I was pretty good at Farmer's Walk.
There you go. I mean, I directed the grip strength competition. You got a good grip. Yeah.
It's not bad.
I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
So going forward from there, I bet you turning pro was a big moment in your career, but can you think of any other were there any other moments that were just like a watershed, like, whoa, this was changing for you?
Oh, for sure. Like getting to go to IFSA Worlds, my first international contest, and then it was my 4th contest as a pro.
Wow.
So I did one where I did Vans again in Utah the following year, and I was like middle of the pack.
Yeah.
I went to Philadelphia and got 5th and qualified to go to Nationals, America's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
At America's Strongest Man, I got 6th, and I guess the top 6 were supposed to go to IFSA Worlds, which changed. About 4 weeks into it. They were only going to take 3, and I'm like, but I was told by Dion Wessels to keep training like I was going.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so I did. But that's the thing, I did. Get closer, Derek hurts his back, John blows out his knee doing wrestling in Russia, and then Kevin Neese signed a contract with Metrex.
I'm only laughing out of admiration, but he's wrestling in Russia and blows out knee,
Right, and then Kevin Neese signs a contract with Metrex and couldn't go to IFSA Worlds. And so I was in, and then the first event I'm doing the Farmer's Walk at the Alcon Aluminum Factory in Iceland, and it's the Farmer's Walk, and I'm racing Benedict Magnuson of all people.
Oh.
And I end up breaking the world record by like 3 seconds. Didn't even know what I was doing. No clue. I was like, I might be doing okay here. Then I ended up making the finals, and I was 9th and Travis was 10th, so I was the highest placing American that year at IFSA Worlds. So it was fun.
It's a good segue to something I wanted to ask you about, breaking records. You did that one unknowingly. I mean, just went your way, and there it was.
Yeah.
Before you arrived, Sean and I were talking from Bear Steel, and he was talking about 2017 elephant record that you broke. Can you talk a little bit about that? That was a favorite of his.
Yeah, I really liked the elephant carry because, I mean, it's giant shield shaped like an elephant.
Shaped like an elephant with a trunk.
Like an elephant head. And the trunk would hang down a little bit, but it wouldn't impede you.
Okay.
And when you gripped underneath it, it didn't push your arms apart. Like the IFSA shield, when you picked it up, it's got a round bottom, and it'll push your hands apart, which is what makes it so hard, is getting the grip in your fingers like this to hold on to it. Well, that one, there was no grip like that. And all the guys that were carrying it, I'm just close your hands. But they didn't. I picked it up and just took off with it.
And that was that.
Went down, turned, because I was racing Sedrunas, and I wanted to see if Sedrunas could catch where Payman had gotten, because Payman had went down and back and crossed the line, and Payman had been teasing me all week that he was going to beat me in the shield carry. I'm like, no, dude, you're not going to beat me. But I was like, but you can go ahead and try, and he did. And I came back, came back, so I beat Payman. I hit the 60 meters, turned, and I'm like looking at Sedrunas, and he's starting to kind of struggle carrying it. So I went about 10, 15 more steps and just dropped it because I didn't think Sedrunas was going to get that far, and it didn't matter. He either needed to not make it, because if he beat Payman, I would have to do the stone off, and I didn't want to blow up my hamstrings. I could have went down, made another turn, and probably halfway back. It wasn't that bad.
Wow.
So it was pretty cool.
Still had some more gas in the tank.
But I let it go, turn, and it ends up being a world record too. So it's like, cool, thanks.
Chalk it up.
I'll take that and run right out the door.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Then that event made me, that was the tiebreaker that made me, it made me tied with Sedrunas for the points.
Okay.
And then since it was the tiebreaker, I won the heat and got to go to the finals.
Pushed you forward to the
finals.
finals.
I didn't have to do stone over bar, which was awesome.
It's a lot of pressure on that one.
Yeah,
for sure. So then when it comes to your training, you've mentioned a couple different things here. You've mentioned, farmer carry. You've mentioned the shield. You mentioned Atlas stones. Is there something you like training the most? You mentioned your home gym.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I like squats. I like the yoke.
Yeah.
I like block pulls. Love deadlifts. I mean,
sounds like you like it all.
I pretty much like it all. I don't like overhead that much, but that's okay because I just still do it anyway.
Now, I mean, I'm in my 40s. I'm thinking about longevity, trying to stay fit. Any advice for home gym owners and people that are working out here, walking around when it comes to longevity and going?
Yeah, don't put it off.
Nice.
Don't, just because you have it in your house doesn't mean you don't stick to your routine. Doesn't mean, I can go do it in the morning or I can do it the next day. It means get in there and go do it. And then when you go in there, just learn to read your body. If you need an extra day's rest, it's okay.
Yeah.
1 day's rest is fine. 5 days extra rest is not fine.
Yeah, a month later.
So learn to read your body. If you're hot at night, you have sweats and stuff like that. Yeah, you're overtrained. You need to take an extra day off. If you're not going through that, you're fine. And then also realize this: up to about 35, you can train everything twice a week. You can get away with that. At 30, like 6 days. So two upper body, 2 lower body, all the way through it.
Straight through.
In your 3 days or your 6 days. Once you turn 35, it's once every 7 days you work each body part. And once you turn 45, go on an 8-day rotation. Take the 1 extra day. So train literally like every other day. And on a 4-day training split. And you're going to heal a lot better. You're going to feel a lot better. You'll be a lot more productive. You just need the extra rest. Your body's not going to recover as fast. It will still recover all the way. It will just take a little bit longer and a little bit more patience. You will still make gains. They just won't be as fast. And as long as you can take the slow, methodical gains, you're gonna keep improving.
Makes sense to me, and I'll take that to heart for sure. Now, I'd be remiss if I let you go without asking about my favorite TV show.
Okay.
My channel on YouTube is Vintage Weights PGH. I'm into strength history, so I love Strongest Man on Earth. So,
thanks.
Any chance of it coming back? Any chance of even a different version of it? Something where you guys are recreating various lifts and things?
I know all 4 of us will do it.
Nice.
And it's up to the History Channel.
I
know the second season, the money was approved, our locations were approved, everything was approved, and it just didn't get signed and it passed the date by the people that were responsible at the executive level for that. I mean, it was all laid out, but COVID happened and it just got put on the back burner. We're still all willing to do it. So if they come at us and come ask us, we'll do it. But
well, if anyone watching this wants to see them, I'm pretty sure they're on YouTube. Reach out to the History Channel. Let History Channel know that we want to see more. Or Netflix, that's an easier one. Or Hulu, they're everywhere. So reach out to History Channel, let them know that we want more. Now, right behind us off camera is the Strongman Throwdown. That's happening today and was happening yesterday here at Home Gym Con. And there are people taking pictures with you, and we're going to hop off. I'll help some other people take pictures with you. And you were giving a little bit of advice, so kind of like the longevity. Last thing for you here, what's some advice for some of these strongmen coming in today to compete today? Anything to say to them?
Just worry about executing everything to the best of your ability. Do not worry about what everybody else does. Just go out, do the best you can in each event, get every point that you can, and at the end, that's what's going to take care of itself. If you keep improving at every contest you go to, you will eventually beat everyone. So just keep competing, just keep going, just keep beating your personal best, and eventually you'll beat everybody else's too.
Sounds good for not just strongman, but just about anything.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of this applies to everything that you do in life. I mean,
agree.
If you put in the time, you put in the work, you put in the dedication, you create your own good luck. You create your good situations. So create your good situation. Take the negative stuff, because there's going to be negative stuff that happens all the time. There's nothing you can do about it. But absorb that, reevaluate what you're going, and then moving forwards. That's all it is. It's about constantly, like Sylvester Stallone said in Rocky, it's about constantly moving forwards, taking the hit and keep moving forwards. That's all it is.
Love it, love it. Well, hey, there's a lot of people here that want to meet you. I want to respect your time, but I respect you a lot. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you, Rob. My pleasure.
All right. Hey, folks, you can please like and follow and subscribe, all that happy stuff.
The most I squatted in the home gym was 925.
Please tell me. All right.
The most I benched in the home gym was 575.
Oh, man.
And the most I deadlifted in the home gym was 880.
And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I see your home gym footage, I get a little nervous. I'm like, is he going to get through this one? And is the equipment going to get through this one? Sometimes is what makes me nervous, not you, the equipment, So
you break stuff from time to time.
Exactly. So I do get a little nervous, but hey, you're standing right here, you're doing all right. I'm sure home gym's doing all right too.
Oh yeah, it is.
So yeah. Thanks so much, Nick.
Cool. Thanks, Rob.
I appreciate you.